Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Today's question is serialize and deserialize binary tree. The question says serialization is the process of converting a data structure or object into a sequence of bits so that it can be stored in a file or memory buffer or transmitted across a network connection link to be reconstructed later in the same or another computer environment. So this was the definition of serialization. The question says design an algorithm to serialize and deserialize a binary tree. There is no restriction on how your serialization and deserialization algorithm should work. You just need to ensure that a binary tree can be serialized to a string and this string can be deserialized to the original tree structure. So we are given with the example, and as it is mentioned in the question that there is no restriction on how our serialization and deserialization should work. So it's up to us whether we want to take this exact example or not. So let's move on to pen and paper. Let's see with an example what question says and how we can solve this question. After that we will see the code. So let's see how we can solve this question. I have taken an example and this example is not similar to the example we have in the question. Why? Because I am solving this question in pre-order. It is mentioned in the question that we can solve it in any way, pre-order, in order or post-order. So I am solving this question in pre-order. So the question here is that if I am given with this tree, I need to convert it into a string. And if I'm given with this string, then I need to convert it into a tree. And I need to perform both of these functionalities in this question. So first of all, we will look at serialize. Serialize is we are given with a tree and we need to convert into a string. So we will solve this question recursively. And for recursively, we need to have some base case. And one more thing, if you look at this function serialize, we are giving just one parameter, which is root. But we also need to return a string. We'll make a helper function. So let's name it helper serialize. And we will gonna pass root and a string. And this string will gonna be an empty string. What will gonna be our base case? If root is none, suppose we don't have a tree, or we reach at a position where we don't have a root, then we're gonna add none to our string. So our string will gonna be string string plus none. So this will gonna be our string. Okay, we are done with our base case. What next? If we have some value associated with our root, then else our string will gonna be string equal to string plus value of root. But we need to take care of one thing here. That thing is it should be a string value, not an integer. Now we'll perform this function on the left side and on the right side. And at the end we will return the string. And now we will call this function in our serialize function. Return self dot helper serialize. And we're gonna pass root and an empty string. So now we are done with our serialize function. Now comes the second part. When we are given with a string, and we need to convert it into a tree. So we are going with this function and we are going with a string. First of all, we need to convert that string into a list. For that, we will use split function. So we are splitting the string at the comma. Now we will make a helper function for our deserialize. And we will give it a list. Again, for the recursive function, we need a base case. For that, if new string at index 0 is none, that means we don't have any root. Or, so if this is the case, that means we have reached where we don't have a root or we are in the end of the tree. So we will gonna pop it new string and we will use a pop function and we'll pass the index 0 and we will simply return null. If this is not the case, then our root will gonna be tree node and this is given in the question new string at index 0 and then now we're gonna pop it. Again, we'll perform it on the left side and the right side. And at the end, we will simply return the root. And now we will use our helper function in the main function. So the root will be equal to self dot helper deserialize new string and we will return root. So this was the question and now let's see the code. So we have four functions. So I have made this helper function and this helper function. So initially we have serialize function. So let's look at helper serialize. First of all, we will take care of the base case. If root is none, then we will simply add none to our string. Else, we will add root dot value in string form to our string. Then we will take our helper function and we will work on the root dot left and root dot right. And at the end, we will return the string. We will call our helper serialize function in the main serialize function. And if we look at deserialize, first of all, we will gonna convert the string into list. Then let's see what we'll do in our helper function. If value at index 0 in the string is none, then we're gonna pop it and we will do nothing. Else, we're gonna take the value at index 0 and we will make it a tree node and we'll put our root equal to that. Then we will pop it and in the same way, we will keep adding the values on the left side and we'll keep adding the value on the right side. And then here, we call the helper function in the main function and we will return the root. So this was the code. If you will copy this code and paste it on leetcode, it will definitely gonna work. Thank you so much guys for watching the video. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please give it a thumbs up. Thank you.